Hello everyone, and welcome to a follow-up Firecarrier guide. Again, we're talking about the Graf Zeppelin today. Specifically, this is a gameplay video for the 203 setup. 2 fighters and 3 dive bombers. Today I'll be using 3 armor-piercing dive bombers as my setup, and that said, let's go straight into the game. So, here we are with the Graf Zeppelin. If you haven't seen the previous videos, we've reviewed the ship, we've talked about the consumables, the upgrades, captain skills, exterior stuff. So if you want to know how to do that, go check the previous videos. This is purely a gameplay video showing 203 that isn't like pre-scripted or pre-done. It's just me going hitting random battle and then taking it as it comes. So, let's go. The armor-piercing bombs are really good. They pretty much kill everything except from small ships like destroyers. So destroyers are going to be very difficult, so that's what I'm going to go for. I'm literally going to clump up the dive bombers, which are waves of 6 with the captain skill. So 18 dive bombers and just delete stuff. So here we go. I wonder if we fight against another Graf Zeppelin. Surprise, surprise. And that's a really good time actually to play Enterprise, because Enterprise completely locks out Graf Zeppelin. That plays 1-2-1. We're not doing that. We're 2-0-3, which means we actually have the advantage on the Lexington because our fighters are tier 7 to his tier 8. So our dogfighting expert is going to give us the advantage. And he's only got single fire. We've got 2. So we can double gank him because we've got 12 fighters in the air. Or we can just strafe him. So we have the advantage as if we were a Shikaku, but it's even better. And our AP bombs are going to do okay against Iowa, okay Missouri. I don't know about Alsace. They're going to obliterate the Monarch and the Bismarck. I think there's a left click. The Des Moines, they'll probably take damage, but they're going to be difficult because they're defensive fires and it's tier 8 planes. And it's the same with the other cruisers. So the joke is it's left click. But if you left click to auto drop, you are opening yourself up to the RNG of whether or not your bombs will hit. If you manual drop, you reduce that RNG of whether or not the bombs will hit. And then you're only at the mercy of what kind of bomb hits do you get. Do you get overpens? Do you get citadels? That type of stuff. So we're going to do the bombers first, then we'll get the fires up, and we'll go hunting. So we'll see what we can go after. Now, the fact is, I can't do anything. I'm actually quite fortunate in this game because there's only 1 destroyer in the enemy team. If this was like a 4 or 5 destroyer game, my impact would be somewhat limited because I'd have to be more aggressive with the secondaries and hydro. You don't want to do that. I don't know if that's why they gave the Zeppelin the gimmick of hydro and secondaries, as if that's supposed to be some sort of destroyer defense because you don't have torpedoes to deal with it. But that's what 121's for, with normal torps. So yeah, anyway. We have bare fire reserves. We have 24 planes, which only gives us 2 full waves. But it's the same number of planes as Shikaku because you've got groupings of 6 as opposed to 5. So I mean that's okay. And the dive bombers is all just dive bombers. So we've got 48 dive bombers to play with here, which is actually pretty good. So we have a lot of spare waves. So we see the enemy Lexington's fire. There are quite a few cruisers actually. So the battleships are going to take a while before they become isolated. So there's a Bismarck. Question is, where's the cruisers? Right, are the Des Moines in the division? No, so there may be a Des Moines here, so that's why it's... Oh, wow. How did you lose your fire so quickly? Did you go into a Minotaur? You went into... Okay, I lost the fire as well. So I see a Bismarck, and I'm thinking about diving on him, but I don't know where the cruisers are. I only see 1 Des Moines. So I may just drop the Missouri. Now, the Missouri isn't a good target in that it's not going to give me the best results. If I drop the Bismarck, he would delete instantly. But it could just be see there's a hipper there, right? So there's a hipper next to the Missouri, could defensive fire, and that just means that the number of hits is going to be drastically reduced. So a little bit of patience, as it would be in any tier 8 game when you're up tiered, and we'll probably get some pretty good results out of this. Interestingly, we know that the Lexington's only got 18 planes, so he's only got like 1 wave and a bit of fires left over as well. And oh wow, the Minotaur just got wrecked on our team. Well, that's disappointing. We could go for it. So we're going to make sure that this torpedo bomber, if he goes for a gearing, we can take care of it. We're going to watch this in the center. And Alsace drop? He's being beat up. Bismarck from the rear? I mean, he's kind of isolated now, so we could maybe do that. I think that would be good. Down here and then across. Yeah. Keep this 1 fire here for torpedo bombers. Keep this fire to deal with in case he has a fire come up. See, he's still pretty good. That's a bad idea. And there's the other Des Moines. So a little bit of patience again. Maybe we go for the Iowa, maybe we go for the Alsace, but again, they're in two groups, both of them kind of protected, so not great at the moment. I mean, I could just fly in and left click. And that's probably what, you know, someone would do, but that kind of goes against how I play. I don't want to just throw stuff away. There's something in C. That's probably their destroyer. I can't do anything about that, but maybe I can spawn. But there's nothing really that can shoot at him, so I wonder whether or not that's really all that helpful. Maybe we just dive in. I mean, it is an Iowa and an Alsace, so that's... hold on a sec. Okay, so no, see the hipper's broken off. So we're gonna have the dive bombers come around. So the Des Moines is too far away from the Bismarck. So this is... Oh wow, he must have strafed us from behind. So that's fine for us. Now we can get the Bismarck. So that's what we're gonna go for. Provided the DM doesn't kind of get real close real fast, this will be fine. Ooh, I'm looking forward to this. Right, so we do have his fire. Our fire is going to be a while. Hey, you, AA, that guy. And grabbed. Ooh, excuse me. So he could exit straight from the dive bombers. I want to get out the Bismarck, I guess, quickly as I possibly can. Oh, it's very annoying that this Missouri's moving up. You know what? I'm just going to bomb the Missouri this rate. This is really, really frustrating. He could exit straight from the dive bombers, which he chooses not to do. This Missouri's moving at full speed in the straight line. No, he's turning, so I'm just going to left click. Because he's turning, it's actually really hard to hit him. So we got 13 bombs. 7 is 23k. Alright. It's alright, I guess. It's nothing spectacular. But we knew that, this is a tier 9. If we were using American AP bombs, it would have probably been even less. But we could have maybe got more to hit because it was being a front-on elliptical drop. But the issue is the tier 10 AA ships that are kind of forcing me to be more conservative with the approach. So I'm going to recycle that fire and keep this one out so I can try and intercept the torpedo bombers. If the team just plays out and disperses, then we can go about and, you know, drop people more easily. Wow, that's a blind drop unless there's a radar. Probably a radar because that was too accurate, I think. And there's a DM again, so I'm going to back off. Oh, good. The gearing's been spotted by someone else. Over here, Iowa, Martel, Monarch, they're all grouped up. Monarch's a good target for us as well, but again, it's too close. There's too many cruisers in this game for us to do anything. And the gearing's gone out of his own smoke. I think the radar push from that DM. And the thing is, look at these guys at the top. They're all hiding behind the islands. It's like these guys should be pushed up, but they're not. So, okay, get the dive bombers queued up. They're all nose on and just watching and waiting. Oh, and there's another DM. So that's 2 DMs now on this side. So I'm gonna fly over here and attack over this side instead. It's nice and simple. I kind of want to get these dive bombers, but I don't think he's foolish enough to let me have a go. He's only got probably 1 full fire wave left over, so that's a positive. But the bombers, he's keeping them. Yeah, so that's all he's got left. He's only got 6 fire planes left, so we can deal with that, provided he doesn't lure us over some sort of AA ship, and then we don't have to worry about being intercepted. Our own bombers. The issue is just, again, they're AA ships. Now, I haven't actually ever bombed a Mogami before, so A, there's the element of does he have a defensive fire, and then B, it's a case of can I do damage. Alternatively, we could go for the Alsace, which is further south, or the Monarch, or the Martel, so there are options. I know that the Martel is vulnerable to the American AP bombs, so we could maybe go after them, but I'm thinking Monarch at the moment. And the other issue is this Frederick's just pushing in ham without any support. The Maggie's left, the Otago's left. I'm going to go over here now as well, since it's not really that super safe. And he's going to get bumped because I can't be there. There's 3 ships of AA that's overlapped on top of the Fred that I can't stop. So yeah, good luck to him, right? Maybe we can bring this fighter over to get a little bit of assistance. Don't want to get clipped by the Iowa. We're getting C, which is great. Monarch is isolated. Perfect. So we're going to come down and tap this Monarch. Now because he's got a catapult fighter and because he's moving and be quite maneuverable, I'm going to experiment with just a left click. Alright? So this is currently 17 bombers. 17 bombers coming in. See, he's turning and he could dodge the manual drop. 16... Okay, so 4 bombs, only 4 bombs, 40k. That's actually really bad. That's pretty terrible. And that's RNG for you, because in the training rooms, I have dropped a Monarch and I have killed a Monarch with 11 bombs. So theoretically, with 11 bombs, it kills him, and I got 4. It's not really half health, so it wasn't really a good hit. Killed his engine, apparently, but yeah. Not the greatest. So I'm going to have to back off because the Des Moines pushing me. And you can't guarantee that every game at 203 is going to be spectacular. Because you're reliant on how much the dive bombers will do. I'm fairly certain someone's going to break the damage record in this Graf Zeppelin 203 by just left-clicking on battleships. But that's not happening in this game because we have to be aware of the AA aura of their enemy cruisers. And this is probably going to be a pretty painful loss, actually. Well, the Monarch's still vulnerable by himself. We need to get our other dive bombers set up. I mean, we could go with one wave, but the fact is, I lost most of the bombers with one wave, so I don't really think you should send them one at a time. And I suppose if you had high explosive, you could bait a damage control party. You could use like 2, get multiple fires, and then you wait till repairs or damage control parties, I mean, and then you can go and follow up with a 3rd bombing wave. I mean, that's a viable strategy, but the alpha damage is nowhere near, or that takes a lot longer, and more can happen in the meantime, and you have to be unmolested with your planes, whereas a straight up armor piercing dive bomb is just boom, dead. It's just kills it dead. And that's obviously where the wow factor is. So Monarch's still down here. We could delete him, maybe we should, but in terms of this game, it's going south pretty quick, so we need to maybe try and make an impact in this game. I mean, you know, the enemy Lexington hasn't done anything, but our team is kind of letting us down. So we could probably drop this guy. He's not maneuvering all that rapidly, so if I send the fighter in, I can get rid of the catapult fire, right? And then if he's not moving particularly fast, we could probably get an accurate manual drop in the center. Still don't know how well AP bombs work against the tier 9 Alsace, but I'm willing to give it a go. I'm just going to strafe this as well, so I don't have to click it in any particular length of time. So we'll tell fire to go back there. Select all the bombers. Oh. Superstructure not on the turret. Right, here we go. Oh, did he strafe me? 7 bombs. Reasonable-ish, but nothing spectacular. So, yeah. It's riveting stuff, I tell you that much. Right, see with our other fighter wave, see if we can't go after the bombers going for the Fred. Get close to there. Now, you know what, we can't, because that's just going to intercept. He's got AP bombs. He'll probably kill him. Try and do something about it. Okay, so it won't be. You can stop the torpedoes. Oh, there you go. So that's that. Can we launch the fire planes before the dive bombers already? Not really. So we're just gonna go dive bombers. There's no real advantage to it. Yeah, we can go around because we know there's nothing there. Right, so let's do this again. We'll get some more dive bombers and we'll see what we can go after. I mean, the team's doing relatively well. This guy's probably going to die because he's been pressured by the cruisers, but we can go after probably Alsace again, probably the Monarch again because they're isolated. Hopefully that Iowa dies. It's possible that we'll win this game because we've got the capture points, but we are struggling just by the nature of what matchmaking has given us. Alright, let's go. So the Alsace is still in full reverse, 17k. We can probably left click him. These are my last fighters though, but that's the last of his fighters, so I'm going to make sure he can't mess with me again. So I'll have the stronger group come out. And we'll probably left click on the Alsace to reduce any kind of complications. And I'm going to get between... Ooh. The Alsace is tempting, but so is the Monarch. You know what? I think I want to go after the Monarch. Okay, so that's lost 1, lost 2, lost 3 planes, 4 planes, 4 bombs, and this time we did 27k. Remember the last one? Last one was 11k or something like that, and this one's a 24k. So yeah, that's fun. So now if someone can finish him off, that would be him dead. And that's kind of the element what I mean by RNG. The RNG issue is just you can drop bombs, do you hit, and then when you do drop bombs and they do hit, how much damage they do can be from as little as you don't get any hits to all the hits, and the damage is from no damage to all the damage, which is why when you come across people who complain the ship is OP, it shouldn't be able to delete people, but at the same time it's dramatically underpowered because you shouldn't be reliant on the fact that your bomb does some hits and no damage, or you know, it shouldn't be like that. It should be accurate enough that you can get consistent medium damage from skill, but you can't, so that's great. Anyway, we're running out of planes here because we're still tier 8 and we're still kind of limited. I think we need to just go ham YOLO. So that's that. We'll click it. I'm thinking of reverse strafing on it. Yeah, why not? I'm gonna do it that way. Not enough damage? Panic that. You go like that. Maybe I can clip his fire. Okay. We will drop the Alsace with whatever we've got left. So we've got limited strike capability here, but we'll go for it. There's a Megami. It's like, whatever. And there's a Missourian Martin. So we're not going to get many planes to survive here. Most of them are going to get intercepted, but we might get some bomb hits on this guy, and we might do some damage. A little bit. That's it's something, but it's still pretty pathetic. So now what? Do I get within like 8-kilometer range and secondary the guys? Yeah, this is a joke. But then again, look at it this way. I've got 27 plane kills, again Lexington, and I've got 102,000 damage. I've locked out the enemy CV, prevented them from practically influencing the whole game. And I've got 100k damage, which is, it's a reasonable number, don't get me wrong, it's nothing to be laughed at, but due to the nature of the game, we didn't win it. Alright, fair enough. But also, when we dropped on targets, we did reasonably good damage to the Monarch, but then no damage before. Over. Right, just in case we need to use Hydro, of course. And just in case we get attacked, we need to use I need to use our damage control party and get secondary to crap. Oh wow, we're not even gonna get within secondary range. We're gonna get ganked. Oh damn you! I should have used the secondary range module. Then I could start shooting these guys. And that's that. And then the game's gone. So I'm gonna have to blame my team there. I mean, we did some good stuff, but ultimately the team was quite passive, and they just led the enemy to move over them. Plus, there's a lot of cruisers, tier 10s, that type of stuff that kind of locked us out. So be it. But in terms of how productive we were, I don't know. We got 24 bomb hits. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. 102k damage is pretty good. 27 planes shot down is pretty good. Definitely outplayed the enemy at Lexington, but this is probably a weaker game for the Graf Zeppelin 203. There'll be other games where you'll have astonishingly high damage, because when you click on targets, there's no defensive art to stop you, there's no AA ships that are tier 10, and you just delete stuff. But in this particular instance, this is where you get shot down pretty hard. So, maybe you get better luck with your games. This is a straight up live recording, so there's no like fanciness. You see it as it comes, and yeah, there you go. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. If you haven't seen the previous one where I play 121 in YouTube, go check that one out, because that's a setup guide and how to play 121, which was a pretty spectacular game. And then if you haven't watched the review video in whole, in its 20-minute entirety, then go check that out as well on YouTube. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Okay, that was crap.